this video, we're going to go over program pages and how to create a brand new one. And by learning and walking you through how to create a brand new one, you'll also know how to make edits to program pages. So let's get started. So a quick announcement. If you are watching this because you've been tasked with looking over the new program pages, I wanted to let you know, first of all, the only thing that you've actually been tasked with doing is, as you can see on the screen, is correcting statements or phrases that could put a program's accreditation in jeopardy. What you do not need to do is rewrite the page, and you do not need to change images or the design. All you need to do is change any statements or phrases that could put a program's accreditation in jeopardy. To help save time, I have broken down this training. We actually go section by section. So if you know the exact section that you see a statement or phrase that could put a program's accreditation in jeopardy, you can just skip ahead to that one specific section, make the edit there. It'll save you some time. All right, now back to the video. So first we're going to be the copy. And the copy needs to be approved. You send that to enrollment management, and then they will get that approved, and they'll send you back the approved copy. Now, you're probably wondering, well, I've never done this before. How do I make sure that my copy is fitting within the strategy of the overall website? That's a good question. So there is a link that you can click down below, and it will take you to this right here. So we have some templates for you. These are 5 different templates, and I'll show you. This one is program with concentrations. So what we tried to do is give you the 5 different most common situations you may find yourself with. You may have a program with concentrations, and you want to know how to do that. It may be a doctoral, maybe a master's level, or maybe it just requires something special like auditioning. And then there are some very rare programs that have 2 majors. 2 degrees. So like, for instance, psychology, integrated studies, and communication. They all have both a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Science. The program didn't vary enough to actually have 2 different pages, so they've been combined. So if you run into that, we have a template there for you too. So I'll quickly show you what this one looks like. This is, it's going to show you section by section what to do, like why to study for music performance. Why study music performance at ORU. This is the copy. So if I come here, this is an example, why study music performance at ORU, and then you got the copy, right? It's very simple. So I'm going to walk you through where to put all that. But this is where you'll find all the templates, and what you'll do is if you have a different program, you'll swap out, Bachelor of Music and Music Performance for whatever, Bachelor of Science, Biology. Now that you have that, you also are going to want to have the image that you're going to use for this. So like, for instance, you want to select this. If you don't have an image, let me show you where you can go. You can go to oru.edu/omni-training, and it'll take you to this page. And here we go. Here are approved images. So you need to use approved images. Only use approved images. And we have, I doubt you'll want to use campus buildings, but I guess you could. But students, and these students in classrooms, events, etc. So you can use those images. Now, if you have, like, for instance, I know there's some film and media classes where there's amazing opportunities to have images. So for instance, if during filming you guys have a set that's been set up and everything, and it's kind of like a behind the scenes shot, you can request a photo shoot, and we can schedule that and get there and take the pictures, and then you can use that picture on your program page. Now, you may need to have something up. Maybe the program page needs to be up before, the photo shoot would happen. What I tell you to do then is you would click here, just find some students in the classroom for now. It's temporary, and then we can make that change after the photo shoot. But yeah, so you'll want to have images, and you'll want to have your copy approved. Now for the image, it needs to be 1030 pixels wide by 400 pixels tall. And you're going to actually use, I'll show you where to put that image. We're going to start making our new page. There's different ways to get there. If you know of another program that's in the same college, you can go to that program page, and of course you can scroll all the way to the bottom and you can click on here and it'll get you to that page. Or we're going to have this link in a description, but you can go to what you see right here, oru.edu/sandbox-programs-number 25/test.php. So yes, it's kind of long, but that's why we have the link in the description. But this is so you can come down here and you can click this copyright symbol. Again, this is all just to get you in the right area so that you can create your page. So you would click that, and then what you're going to see is you'll see something like this. And then you're going to go to content, click pages. So here's all the pages for the undergraduate. We're going to click all the way back here. This was the main folder. Right now it says Sandbox. When it's live, it'll just say programs. So what you see here now is that there is a folder for every college. And so each college has two subfolders. There's a graduate and there's an undergraduate. The graduate is where you put all your doctoral and master level programs. And then obviously the undergraduate, where all the bachelor programs go. And then undergraduate is where all the bachelor programs go. So once you found out where to put yours, if I was creating a page for College of Arts and Cultural Studies, I would come to this folder. And if it was undergraduate, I would click here. And then I would do this next step. But I'm going to do it here. I actually already have one up and ready. But what you would do is, I'll kind of start you off. You would click New. You're in your folder. We try to make this as easy as possible for you. So there's only one option, and you're going to click New Program Page. So you'll see this, and that's great. So we go over a lot of this in the basic training, but as far as the SEO title, you're going to want to use a template like this. So I'm going to come in here. So what I did is, this is a Bachelor of Arts. I created a fictitious program. It's called Overcoming the Pressures of Acting. So the naming convention would be B.A. because that's a Bachelor of Arts in Overcoming the Pressures of Acting. So then you would just switch out whatever your major name is. That's what you would put here. Then you're going to SEO description. If you're not sure what that is, again, you can check some of our other training because we go over that in a lot of the basic training. But you're going to want to say something just simple. You're going to want to put the name of the whole program, the BA, and then insert your program name. All right, so next is the file name. So the file name is pretty simple. It's going to be very similar to this, except everything needs to be all lowercase. There's no spaces. Instead of spaces, you use hyphens, and there's no special characters. So in this case, I would do B-A hyphen, and then I would type in for mine is in, overcoming, this one already has it, the pressures of acting. So you see how everything's lowercase, hyphen, no spaces. So now most of them are pretty simple. If you have a question about them, let us know. The file name, it's good. Now here's the details. Program name. This one would be, in my case, this is overcoming, let's see, overcoming the pressures of acting. And what this is this spot right here. It's going to end up there. So, and then the next thing we're going to do is this right here, which we need to put the degree. So in this case, it would be, because I'm making this up, it would be Bachelor of Arts in. So you put Bachelor of Arts in. Next thing, college, you just put whatever college this program is that you're doing. This is where you're going to go ahead and insert that. I'm pretending like this is in the College of Arts and Cultural Studies, so it's already there. Program format. Program format, That's simple as well. The only thing I want to make sure you understand is, even though you may get a new program and the list may say it's applicable to all three modalities, you just need to know that, okay, I'm just going to be making the page for on campus, or I'm just making the page for online. For this program, it's just on campus, so I just clicked on campus. Degree level, this is going to be an undergraduate program, so I click undergraduate, and you're done. So what you would do next is click create. I have already created this page for time's sake, but you're going to click create, and it's going to take you to this page. So as you can see, it already has our major name in there for the title, and it's got Bachelor of Arts in. So now we're ready to get to editing. So the first thing is we need to click on, now we got to make sure we're on the edit tab right here. So we want to make sure we're in the edit tab. If you're on there, it's highlighted. So we're going to click main content, and it's going to load this up. Okay, perfect. So this one's simple. It's just using WYSIWYG. Why study music performance at ORU? You're going to come back here, and you're just going to switch out your program. Now just so you know, I have lorem ipsum in here, and that's what the default would be. When you create new, it'll be populated with lorem ipsum text, so you just have to replace it. Next, we have the apply, visit us, and request info. These will just stay. You don't need to change them. This is something that is universal for every program page, so we've already put it on there for you. You can just leave those alone. Next is, so let's kind of scroll down here. We have this flexible study options. So this is, again, this is something that's going to be universal. It'll be the same on every page, and if it needs to be changed globally, that's something that we'll do for you. So you can actually skip that section. So see, it's getting easier and easier. The next section, unless you've put in an approval for another testimony from a student, you don't need to worry about this, except one thing. Each college has at least one student for the testimonies. So you just want to make sure you have that same student. An easy thing to do is, for instance, this testimony is for College of Arts and Cultural Studies. So if you're in that college, you could just reuse this one, and I will show you how to make that edit. So let's come back. So this was the format choices, and we already said you don't need to do anything with that. Here we go. Student testimony. Don't click the X. That will delete it. Click the pencil, and that means it's ready to edit. So here you go. These are components in Omni, and you're just filling out a form, and then we've taken care of all the coding magic on the back end. So you're going to want to put in the quote right here, just 250 character max. Copy and paste that. The name of the student. You're going to want to put where they're from. Typically, if it's a different country, you just put the country name. If it's in the U.S., you're going to put the state and the city name. Then you choose the image. Yeah, that's pretty simple. So now I just need to show you where you would get your information from to make it match with your college. Like I said, this one's computer science. That doesn't really fit if the program's about acting. So let's come back here. So you see, okay, on this page, he's talking about faith-based actors. This is the College of Arts and Cultural Studies. So I want to use this one. I would go to this page, click down here, and that'll give me this page. And click main content. I'm going to student testimony. I'm clicking the pencil for edit, not the X. And then you could just copy and paste all this information into your component, and then you'd have the correct testimony. So it's very simple. Now, when you're done, you're going to click save. For time's sake, I'm not going to make any edits to this, but you're going to click save. I'm going to click cancel. All right. Next step is concentrations. And concentrations are going to look like this. It's very simple. You're going to put
In each tab, you're going to have the concentration name. So this is instrumental, this is keyboard, this is vocal. Simple. When you click on one of the tabs, the text changes. So this one's very simple. You're not going to do anything to the title like normal, nothing to the image. Those are all global, so you don't need to touch them. So let me show you how to make those edits. And because concentrations is default when you create a new page from the template, I need to show you how to delete it if you don't have concentrations, because not every program has concentrations. So we come here, we have concentrations. If you don't have concentrations, instead of clicking edit, you're going to click X, and it's just going to delete it and get rid of it. So that's what you do if you do not have concentrations. If you do have concentrations, you need to click edit and stay away from the X. So I'm clicking concentrations. Here we go. So each group is going to have a tab title and tab content. This is the tab title right here. This is the tab content. We try to make it as easy as possible for you guys. So you are just going to put the tab title is going to be the first concentration name, and then you're going to put the content in there that explains what this concentration is. And then change the order. Like I can press this up arrow on pre-health, and now, there we go. Pre-health is up here. If I want to send it back, now linguistics is first again. You can delete one of these by pressing the X, and you can make a new one by pressing the plus, or you can come down here and click add new group. So that's how you do concentrations. And then when you're done, you're just going to click save. So the next one is what you'll study. Now that's actually going to be courses offered. So you're going to say program name, courses offered. And so you would just copy this information from here, and you're just going to place it on the page. It's going to look something like this. And you do have the option, if you wanted to, you could add in, it's a snippet. It's called the 2-column snippet. Right here, 2-column snippet. And what it would do is it would give you, let me insert it. It gives you 2 columns, so you can do it like this, and then you would just, delete everything except the bullets, and then, copy and paste your bullets. So if you want to make it even, that's how you would do that. Next is the degree path. So the degree path, it's going to need a little explanation. The good news is you don't need to do anything with the title. The title will stay the same. The image will stay the same. This will all be uniform for every program. It's not going to get changed. Then you're going to have view your degree path for, and you're going to swap out your program name. So instead of music performance, it's biology or whatever. You do need to change the URL to where this link goes. We do have some new pages that we have been rolling out. Right now, it's just a select few. For the most part, if you have an undergraduate page that is on campus, then you should have one of the new pages. If you don't, you have to go an alternative route, which I will explain both of those. So this is the alternate route. This is degreeplansheets.oru.edu. And so if you don't have a separate page for it, then you're going to use this as the link. Come here, you'll copy and paste it in the correct field. And I'm going to show you where that field is in a little bit. If it is an undergraduate page, or if it has a degree plan page, you're going to do this. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have a degree plan page? Well, if you go to oru.edu/degree-plan-sheets, all lowercase, it'll take you to this page. And then you can, scroll down, or you can search, look for your degree plan, and you'll find one. You'll find it. You'll click on it, and then what you're going to find is something that looks like this. And you're just going to copy everything you see highlighted here. So everything after the U in edu, so the / all the way to the last letter before the dot and .php. So you're going to copy that, Control C on a Mac. I think Control C on a PC and Command C on the Mac. So we're going to come back here and I'm going to look for a degree path. Click Edit. And I'm going to look for, so here is the degree path name. So this is where you would change. So it says view your degree path for, and this is where you put your program name. So this is mine, it's already in there. And then the URL, you put this in here. So just as an example, this was the one I had, and I paste it in there. You're going to add a .pcf at the end. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click here. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I did, I think, a BA in art, so you'll find it. So what that did was that helped us get to the right folder. Here's all these folders we had to go through. Then you're just going to choose the one that's correct, click choose file, and what that's going to do is it's going to give it to you in a dependency tag form, which I think you all should know by now. Those are much better than just putting in a file path. So there we go. We got that. And again, like I said, title's not going to change. Image is not going to change. So we're going to click, you're going to click save here. And then, so now that's saved. The next thing is the tuition and scholarship section. So I'll show you what that looks like. Here we go. Tuition and scholarship section. This one is another, like all these are very easy. You just have to know what it's looking for and how it wants you to make the edits. So tuition and scholarship, the title is not going to change. You're going to leave that alone. The image is not going to change. You're going to leave that alone. So really all you're doing is changing this text, possibly, and you may be changing where this link goes to. By default, it goes to the tuition and financial aid homepage, as I like to call it. But maybe it's a graduate page, so you need to send it to the graduate page, or if it's a doctoral, the doctoral one. So you can change things like that. So let me show you where to make the edit. So right here, program page, CTA with background image. I'm going to click on it. You're going to click this. So here's the first paragraph, and this is the default that will be in there. So when you look in here for your template, it may say the same thing. If it says the same thing, then you're good. If you see this, like right here where it has a link right here, this is just telling you where this button should go. You're not going to actually hyperlink this. You're just going to have the button here. And so we'll come back. So this is the first paragraph. That's this. Now to edit. Now if you need a second paragraph, maybe there's a very specific form of financial aid just for this program, you can put it there. But you just want to hit high level stuff. Again, you only have 500 characters max. So the title stays the same, the image will stay the same. You can have up to 2 buttons. So each one of these is a button group. So if there's one group, you have one button. You put the button text here and the URL here. And if you need a new one, click add, and you do the same thing. So you'll click save, and that one will be finished. The next thing is the careers with section. So, and this one's just like all the other WYSIWYG edits. You're going to leave this title alone. This is the image that we picked up. If you remember, I said you need to pick out an image to be up here. Well, it's also going to be the same image down here. So wherever you uploaded that image, you just quickly right click on it and change it. And again, there's a video on how to add images to pages and how to upload them. So I'm just going to that real quick. And then of course you're going to change the text and change the bullets. Next section is program features. Now program features, this is for anything that is unique about this program. Now, one thing that every program will share in this section is that we'll have an R accreditation. And so each college, for the most part, is going to have the same accreditation as a general rule of thumb. So you could just get that from here. You could copy and paste it, put it in. There's internships. This is the perfect place to put the internships. There's some form of accreditation, or if you need to, sorry, not accreditation, but there's some form like you need to test out of something, or you need to audition for something, or there's an important prereq or something, you could put that here. And this is very similar to the concentrations. You're not going to touch the title. You have a group per tab. So this is the tab title. That's going to be this right here. This text, once it expands, is this right here. And you can add your own buttons in here. And of course, you can look at our basic training on how to add a button, but same way. And you can change the order. So you can go up or down. It'll move up or down. You can delete. You can add just like you could with the concentrations, or you can add a group here. And that's it. So we'll click save. That's it. We try to make this easy. The last section to edit when you're in the main content area is your meet your faculty. So again, click the pencil. Do not click the X. So that is just this section. We have images for every college. You can actually select one. We have one for each college, so to make that a little easier for you. So if you're in a college of education, click that. But I have an image in there already. But on this one, you also need to give them a link to, so if I click this, it's going to take me to the faculty page, but not just the generic faculty page. It's going to take me to the faculty page that's already filtered for the college. So how do I get that link? You could get it from another program page in your same college, but this is how you would find that in case you don't have one. You go to oru.edu/faculty, and this will take you here. And for my sake, I'm College of Arts and Cultural Studies. So right here, I'm going to click go. And now, I don't know if you see up here, we have all this, but all this lets the website know to filter this by College of Arts and Cultural Studies. So I'm going to copy this, go back, and then I'm going to paste this in right there. There you go. As far as the text, you can just get that from your copy, meet your faculty, and most of this is the same. We do switch it up a little bit for each college. So again, you could probably just take that from another college page. So we have that. There's no need to change the button text. It always stay the same. Title always stays the same. The button link is the only thing you'll need to change. And then, of course, you'll change the image to match it. If you have a custom image you want to use, again, you have to get that approved, and it has to be an approved image anyway. So now you're going to click save. Okay, so we made all of the edits in the main content area. Just for reference, starting here, going all the way down here. That's the main content area. So the only thing we need to do now is add the image for up here. This is called the hero section. So we need to add this. So let's go do that. You're going to want to save all this. So we're just going to click save up here. Okay, so now we need to add the image. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to properties. Okay, and inside of properties here, if you don't see parameters on the left right here, that means the page is not checked out, so the light bulb would be off. You need to click on it so the light bulb will turn on. Okay, so we're here. If you ever need to edit the titles, this is where you would do that. Description, program name, you make all your edits there. And this is where you're going to put your hero image. I already put one in there. I already had the dependency tag, but of course, you can copy and paste your own dependency tag in there. And again, 1030 pixels wide with 400 pixels tall. And WebP is what you want to use. If the program that you're using doesn't have WebP, then you can use a JPEG. So we finished that, and we're going to click save. Okay, so now we've added the image, and before we reveal everything, unless you see the final product, there's one more thing we need to do. So right now we're in the preview. we need to go to the Edit tab. And once we're in the Edit tab, we want to go to Multi-Edit. So what are we doing here? The Multi-Edit is where you need to be so that on the Explore Program pages, the filtering and the search know what filters and what search terms this page needs to be found for. So to show you what I'm talking about real quick, we're going to go to Programs page. This is the Explore Programs page. So how you populate this, like if you want it to show up for just on campus, this is where you do it. You do it in the multi-edit. So first thing is the college. What college is this a part of? You can just click the drop down and you can select your college. For this program, it's going to be College of Arts and Cultural Studies, but you would put whatever your college is. So next we have the program name, and the program name is right here. Some of the program names are kind of long. So like if I make this longer, they're like this long. This is where you want to make them as concise as possible if it is a long name, while still meeting accreditation standards. So, but that's where you can do that. The next thing is the format. So right here, we already have on campus selected, but you select whatever fits here. Again, remember that you'll never select all three. It'll either be online by itself, or it's a combination of on campus and ORU Flex. Online has their own pages, so. And if you're doing online pages, you'll know that, and you'll just click online. If you're not working with online team, then you will be doing on campus and or ORU Flex. In this example, the format is on campus, so I can check that, and it's undergrad. So we're good to go. Okay, so now you have everything set for the Explore Programs page, and you're good to go. It'll show up the correct way. So now all we need to do now is we click save. Then once you hit save, it's going to save, and then you're going to check over everything one more time, and then you'll hit submit. And then the live version you'll see will look something like this. So this is our page. This is Bachelor of Arts and Overcoming the Pressures of Acting. You see here we switched out our program name, so now it's Why Study Overcoming the Pressures of Acting at ORU. Of course, we have our modalities. We have our testimony. Got our concentrations. Again, this image stays the same. You know what you'll study. We got a degree path. We changed the URL, so now it's going directly to our degree path sheet. We have a link to the tuition and financial aid. We talked about the careers that you can get with this degree. And we got program features, all the special things about there. And then we have Meet the Faculty. So you've now created your program page. And if you were able to create this and follow through, you can also make edits to any page. And as always, if you have questions, refer back to oru.edu/omni-training, all lowercase. And then you can look through all these. If you forgot how to upload an image, here you go, how to upload an image. And then if there's any other questions, you can always contact us. And remember that at the bottom, we have links to help you